Well, good afternoon to all of our GMP followers. We're going to have a special interview today with a wonderful friend from Brazil. He's had a little technical glitch getting signed on here. I'm just going to talk to you for a minute and just to kind of get us set up. He's not fluent in English. And Gabby Jimenez, who is one of our dear friends from Brazil, is going to be with us to translate. But I'm hoping that my friend Elias will sign on here shortly. So I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead. Gabby's here, so I'm going to go ahead and bring Gabby on so that we can chat for a minute, and hopefully Elias will be able to get on board with us soon. I haven't seen any emails from him. Let me check that real quick to see if anything. I'm not seeing any. Oh, let's see if he's said anything. No, he's apparently still trying to sign on, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to bring Gabby on and we'll chat with Gabby for a minute. She's been with us several times before with her own interview and then plus translating for Portuguese for us. So there's Gabby. And hi, Gabby. Can you turn your phone the other way?
I did, but then it's just not centering well, but that's okay.
No, it's okay. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good.
I'm sorry. I'm in the car, everybody.
By the way, we just got a greetings from a friend, Fernando Silva, who is in Portugal. And so he's signing on will watch us. Plus a couple of other friends are gradually signing on as well. Oh, and there's Paulo Jr. And Paulo is in Brasilia. So it's good to hear from him. It's good to hear from our Brazilian friends. So we will hope that Elias will be able to get on here with us shortly. Gabby, we've had some great experiences in Brazil with you in the past, haven't we?
Yeah, I think I kept reminding, by the way, maybe some friend of ours are watching this from Dallas, and we please put Eddie Ferguson in your prayers. He's a dear friend that has worked with us so many times. He was the orchestra director in Dallas at First Baptist Dallas, and he has gone to Rio. So if you are from Rio and you are watching this, se você é do Rio de Janeiro, por favor, ore pelo Eddie Ferguson, que está com saúde. Coloque ele nas suas orações nesse momento. Ele está com dificuldades no hospital. So please pray for Eddie. I actually came to know just today, and it has been a while that he has been in the hospital, but I think today has been a very much harder day for them. So let's pray for Eddie, which that puts me to all the experiences, not only with people in Brazil, but with the people in the US, and how much all the experiences we have had in terms of building relationships with friendships throughout this. And we saw Lorraine also in Diana, which it's a perfect example on a friendship being built within the group. I have friends from Enta that they have become like a dear friend. That's such an important thing from GMP.
And I'm glad you mentioned Eddie Ferguson. Eddie, the Dallas First Baptist Dallas Orchestra is celebrating their 60th anniversary and 60 years with their orchestra program. And Eddie served as the orchestra director for them over 30 years. And he is not in good condition with the COVID thing, and today does not look good. Please be praying for Eddie. Hey, Elias has joined us. I'm going to bring him on now. Yeah. So here is Elias Campos.
Yay!
Olá, Elias.
Olá, Camp.
Tudo bem?
Tudo bem. Minha internet deu problema aqui, mas a gente conseguiu resolver o problema.
Sorry, my internet had a big problem, but we were able to solve it.
Well, it's working now. Are you on your phone?
Você está no seu celular?
Agora eu precisei entrar pelo celular, porque
Yeah,
pelo
he's on his phone.
computador deu problema aqui. O mesmo computador que nós testamos na
The same
terça-feira.
computer we tested is giving us trouble, so I had to use my cell phone.
It's okay. It's working. Ask him to turn the phone sideways for me.
Você pode... isso.
Muito bom, muito bom. Okay. So for all of my GMP friends, this is Elias Campos, and he lives in Niterói, Brazil. And we had our first encounter serving with him a couple of years ago, and we're truly looking forward to going back. You want to translate that, Gabby?
Esse é o Elias. Nós tivemos o prazer de conhecê-lo alguns anos atrás e nós temos trabalhado com ele em Niterói e é um prazer recebê-lo aqui hoje.
Elias, we'll be talking to you with Gabby helping.
Elias, então a gente vai falar com você com a ajuda da Gabriela.
And we are so thankful to see you today.
E a gente agradece muito de ver você hoje.
Now, Elias has an interesting collection of things that he does from a standpoint of his vocation.
O Elias, ele tem algo muito interessante, a posição dele, aonde ele vive, o que ele faz.
But I want to ask you a couple of questions, Elias.
Então eu quero te fazer duas perguntas, Elias.
When did you start studying music?
Quando você começou a estudar música?
Vamos lá. Eu não me lembro ao certo quando eu comecei a estudar música.
I don't remember exactly when I started.
Eu me lembro de ter sido obrigado a estudar a partitura.
I do remember when I was really obligated to learn how to read the score.
E quem me obrigou a estudar a partitura está aqui comigo.
And the person who obligated me to learn how to read music is right here.
And who is that?
Quem é?
Esse é o meu pai, o maestro Josué.
It's my father, Maestro Josué.
And I knew the answer to that because we had the privilege of meeting him when we were down there before also.
Eu sabia essa resposta porque a gente teve a oportunidade de conhecê-lo quando nós estávamos aí trabalhando.
He is a good man.
Ele é um bom homem.
And
então eu gostava de tocar, mas eu tocava de ouvido, por intuição, e eu não queria estudar partitura.
So I've always played by ear. I loved playing just, by ear, but never wanted to read music.
Really? What did you...
E foi quando meu pai falou assim, olha, se você não estudar partitura, você não vai ser músico, você não vai tocar, porque você não tem como sobreviver na música se você não souber ler partitura.
Then my father said, if you don't read music, you will never be a musician. You need to read music so you can actually have a life of being a musician.
Well, tell me, what is your primary instrument?
Qual o seu instrumento que você toca?
Quando eu iniciei tocando trompete.
I began with trumpet.
Isso. Aí depois eu passei pela trompa.
Then French horn. Percussion.
E quando meu pai percebeu que não tinha talento para tocar, ele me deu uma batuta e falou, vai ser maestro.
And then when my dad saw that I had no way of being a professional instrumentalist, he gave me like, just said, you're going to conduct.
Well, that leads me to my next question.
Essa, então, me leva a fazer a segunda pergunta.
Tell me what you do for your regular work.
Diga o que você faz no seu trabalho diário.
Bem, eu sou músico dos Fuzileiros Navais. Sou timpanista da Banda Sinfônica dos Fuzileiros Navais.
Yeah, he plays for the Navy in Brazil. E você toca percussão, você falou?
Tímpano.
Yeah, he's the timpanist. Yeah.
So a military band musician.
Yeah,
Yes.
military band. Mhm.
And
E nas horas vagas, né, todas as horas vagas que eu tenho, eu dedico ao trabalho na igreja, dar aula, ministrar, todo trabalho aqui na igreja.
And on my free time, I work at the church, like teaching or working in the music. I work for the church.
And now in your ministry in the church, how was it? How did God call you to ministry in the church?
E no seu ministério com a igreja, como é que Deus te levou para esse chamado? Como foi o seu chamado?
Eu não queria esse chamado.
I didn't want it. I didn't want
queria.
to believe in the calling.
Porque como meu pai sempre foi professor, eu via os problemas de ser professor, as dificuldades de ser professor. Então, pode ir.
Since my father was always a teacher, and I always saw that teaching also in the church, I would never, I never saw me doing that work in the church.
E logo após o meu casamento, foi em 2005.
After I got married in 2005,
eu queria reger, eu queria construir uma banda, eu queria reger bandas. E a minha esposa virou para mim e olha, lá na igreja não tem banda. Por que você não constrói uma banda? Por que você não dá aula para você reger a banda?
I always wanted to begin a symphonic band. And then his wife said, well, why don't you start teaching so you can begin your own symphonic band?
Go ahead. E nesse trajeto, né, e nesse caminho, eu comecei a perceber que o Senhor começou a me conduzir de maneira que o mais importante eram as pessoas do que a banda, né? Que eu deveria servir as pessoas e não a música, né? A música ela estava sendo um elemento para eu começar a alcançar as pessoas e de fato tem sido assim, foi assim com meu pai, tem sido assim com meu pai. E foi assim comigo também.
In this trajectory, like in this history of beginning the band, because I wanted a band, I began to realize that I was actually serving people and not wanting just to make music. So in that way, I then began to realize on serving the people that that was my calling. That began to realize that, well, that was actually my calling. That was not only to build up a symphonic band and conduct a band, but I was actually having to serve people.
Now, these your band that you're building, these are children, yes?
E a banda, então, que você construiu são crianças, correto?
Exatamente. A gente começou um trabalho com crianças e adolescentes, né? O público disponível para...
We began then working with the children and teenagers and whoever is willing to come and work with us.
Quando eu comecei, eu não era da mesma igreja do meu pai.
When I started, I wasn't from the same church as my father. I was from a different church.
Eu passei 11 anos trabalhando como professor de música e maestro e líder de jovens de uma igreja. Depois de 11 anos, que eu vim congregar com meu pai.
So for 11 years, I was actually working on a different church, building up a program and working with the children and music minister as well.
Na igreja que eu estava, tinham mais 2 maestros. E na igreja que meu pai congregava, meu pai estava trabalhando sozinho. Eu falei assim, não, tá na hora de vocês.
So in the church that I was working, there were other 2 conductors, so it was a big church. And then I realized that my father was working alone by himself, so I felt the calling to come and work with him.
That's good. Gabby, be sure and speak up for me so that all of our people can hear you good.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, now, do you consider the children that you're working with, is this an opportunity for you to share your faith with them as well?
Então você vê como uma oportunidade esse trabalho com as crianças para compartilhar o evangelho?
Sim, o tempo todo.
All the time.
Nós temos muitas experiências de crianças e adolescentes que os pais não eram cristãos, não eram evangélicos e estavam jogando pela rua, andando de skate, e a gente chega lá, eu chegava lá, pô, quer aprender música? Pô, quero. Vai lá, entra aqui na igreja. Vamos começar a aprender música. E daí a pessoa se converte, família.
We have many cases of children that were playing on the streets, skating or playing ball on the streets, and they said, hey, do you want to come and learn music? And they would say yes, and that would bring them, and that bring the parents to get to know what we were doing in the church, and those people have given their lives to Christ.
Gabi, nós temos um caso especial aqui na igreja de um aluno de 9 e outro de 10 anos, 8 e 10 anos, que os pais não são evangélicos e não deixam os filhos estudarem música dentro de casa. Eles precisam ir para a casa de um irmão da igreja para poder estudar música, porque os pais ainda não aceitaram a Cristo.
We have one case that it's 2 children. One is 8 and the other one is 11, and the parents are not Christians yet, and the parents don't let them to practice at home. So they are having to go to some church members' home to practice because the parents are still have not given their lives to Christ and don't accept them to be practicing at home.
Well, I am so blessed by this story from you.
Eu estou muito abençoado. Fui abençoado só por essa história, por você.
And of course, when we were there a couple of years ago, I was able to see exactly what you do there with the teaching with the children.
E quando nós visitamos há 2 anos atrás, eu vi exatamente isso, o seu trabalho com as crianças.
Now, daquela igreja que ele esteve lá em cima do morro.
And it is the 2 children are from the church that you visit.
So was it 2018 when we were there with you?
Foi 2018 quando nós visitamos.
2019.
19. I don't remember. Yeah, I guess 19.
Yeah, you know what? I guess it was. Yeah, 2019. Well, we are ready to come back.
Estamos prontos para voltar.
Let me. How did you find out about Global Missions Project?
Como que você conheceu a Global Missions?
Eu conheci através de um maestro. Na verdade, eu conheci através dos arranjos de um maestro muito famoso.
Well, actually, I got to know from a very, very famous arranger that he was working with Global Missions.
Kirkland, ele deve conhecer.
Do you know him?
Yeah, Campy Kirkland, well.
E a partir de então, conhecendo o maestro e os arranjos, eu comecei a me inteirar a respeito dele. Uma vez ele esteve no Brasil, em Niterói, num congresso de músicos batistas.
So, getting to know your arrangements, I began to look for what your work, and then I came across that you were going to visit also a convention of musicians in Niterói from the Baptist Convention. So I began to get to know and know that you were doing this work.
Sim, e foi ali que eu comecei a conhecer o trabalho e através do Paulo Júnior, que está em Brasília, né? A Metro Big Band queria vir ao Rio e eu não tinha... o Paulo não teve como receber lá em Brasília, porque eles queriam vir para o Rio, e o Paulo me indicou. Eu gostaria de agradecer aqui, diante de todos, a expressar minha alegria, né? Pelo Paulo, né?
It was certainly then through Paulo Jr., because you would like to take the Metro Big Band to Brasilia. He would not be able to host. And I was then surprised that I was going to be able to work with you. And I want to thank here publicly Paulo Jr. for having been the person to bring GMP.
Yeah,
eu não acreditei.
I didn't believe it when he told me that we were going to work with GMP.
Yeah, I remember well because Paulo, we knew Paulo Jr. originally from Brasilia, and he had moved to Niterói, and he wanted us to come and do a project with him, another project. And as we began the planning process and everything, and then all of a sudden he was another military band guy, and he was going to be transferred back to Brasilia, and he introduced us to Elias and said, Elias wants to work with you, so we're thankful for that opportunity.
Eu realmente também pensei que eu ia trabalhar com o Paulo Júnior, porque eu já conhecia ele e ele mudou de Brasília para o Rio, e aí quando eu resolvi que eu ia então para o Rio, ele resolveu mudar de volta para Brasília, mas ainda bem que existia o Elias.
E eu agradeço ao Paulo, se ele estiver assistindo a gente, agradeço muito ao Paulo.
If he's live watching, we want to thank him.
Well, I just have one more question for you.
Eu tenho mais uma pergunta.
Do you have any encouraging words for people who would like to be a part of Global Missions Project?
Você tem alguma palavra de incentivo, de encorajamento para pessoas que gostariam de participar ou trabalhar com a Global Missions?
Sim, eu encorajo as pessoas a trabalharem pelos resultados, pelos frutos que eu tive aqui na igreja.
Yeah, I do encourage it. I mean, for me, it was certainly we have fruits from the work with Global Missions here. That's the result of our work with Global Missions.
A igreja como todo, não somente os alunos, né, mas toda a igreja se juntou no mesmo corpo para estar recebendo a Global Mission. Isso foi uma experiência maravilhosa e até hoje nós estamos colhendo esses frutos.
Yeah, and also the point that the whole church came together to prepare for hosting Global Missions, and that was also so important. And now, now we do have all the fruits and results from this work with Global Missions.
O contato com outra cultura, né, para as crianças foi muito importante. E mais importante ainda é perceber como que os músicos que vieram com o amor de Deus no coração para transmitir conhecimento, mas também transmitir história de vida, transmitir o amor de Deus mesmo, né?
It was so important to see that the people from GMP, the members, they come from their own with their own heart and coming to share their experiences and to share the love of Christ, and that has been so powerful for us.
Well, we love to do it.
We love it. Nós adoramos fazer isso.
And we are praying for the day that we can begin to travel again and to come back to see you again.
E nós estamos em oração para o dia que nós possamos voltar a trabalhar e voltar para trabalhar com vocês.
Estamos com o coração partido por conta da situação da pandemia, porque a igreja já estava esperando.
We are broken-hearted just because we can't receive you right now, and the church is definitely waiting anxiously for the opportunity.
For all of our GMP followers who are watching today, I can tell you that the project that we had with Elias and his team of people was incredible, because every place that we played, the venues were packed. There was standing room only, and we had the opportunity to share the gospel boldly.
Para os nossos colegas amigos que estão assistindo, eu devo dizer que foi muito especial o trabalho que a gente fez com Elias em Niterói. Todo o espaço, todo o local que nós tocamos estava sempre lotado, com pessoas em pé, também sempre procurando para nos escutar e para nós compartilharmos da música e o amor de Deus.
And we had wonderful opportunities to assist and be a part of teaching the children from your ministry.
E nós tivemos a oportunidade, então, de trabalhar com as crianças do ministério que o Elias tem e ajudá-los ali naquele ministério.
Now Elias is in Niterói, which is right next door to Rio de Janeiro, for all of our people that are watching.
O Elias, então, vive em Niterói, que é próximo ao Rio de Janeiro.
And it's a beautiful place, and I always look forward to going back to Brazil.
É lugar muito lindo e eu sempre estou sempre animada, ansioso para voltar ao Brasil.
And then, of course, one of my favorite Brazilian words is churrascaria, which is the Brazilian steakhouses.
E claro que a minha palavra favorita é churrascaria, que é...
E pudim.
E pudim.
And pudim. We'll talk about that later another time. Well, Elias, muito obrigado. Thank you for being with us today.
Elias, muito obrigado por estar aqui conosco hoje.
And for all of our GMP followers, we're lined up some more interviews for the next few weeks and looking forward to have you back with us again. And I see a number of our friends have signed in from Brazil that are watching, and I hope that maybe they'll watch some of the other interviews of our other mission partners and participants as well. So I say,
os nossos amigos da GMP, muito obrigada por acompanhar. Nós temos mais entrevistas já para as próximas semanas. Então eu vi que muitos amigos nossos do Brasil entraram, estão assistindo essa entrevista. Então fiquem atentos e participem das próximas entrevistas.
So I always end our interviews by saying God bless you to all of our friends who are watching.
Eu sempre termino as nossas entrevistas falando Deus abençoe para os nossos amigos que estão assistindo.
So for all of my Brazilian friends, I can say it in Portuguese, Deus abençoe.
Daí, para os nossos amigos brasileiros, God bless you.
And I say to Papa, bye-bye, Papa. Okay, God bless you all. Good to see all of you today.
God